Okay. Yes, I'm back. All right. So, happy Thursday again. I hope y'all day is going well. We are doing an energy check-in. Welcome back, my dear ones. And in all actuality, this is probably gonna seem like welcome. um, I am Amber. I am a psychic medium, advisor, Reiki healer. I do all that good stuff, educator, mentor, gatekeeper, all of that good stuff. Okay. Today we're going to be looking at the energy around. Oh, excuse me. What do we need to know, and what can we do to maximize this, right? What can we do to either avoid it, change the outcome, or to make sure it comes to fruition? All right. So, kind of sad that I don't know. I might go ahead and publish that last live. I might do it. Because I think there was some good, like, hopefully if the audio is there, because it was some good information. I liked it. I thought it was a good message. But anyway, all right. So let's see, what messages have we got? Yeah. You know, I realize, y'all, there's a lot of other readers out here who actually, like, they're very, like, I don't want to say coordinate. Coordinate is not the word. It's like, you know, they're like, okay, we're doing love readings. We're doing this. Or if it's the message, just like based off of the spread. I realize I am chaos. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I know who I am. I embrace who I am. So we're going to be chaotic, but we're going to get these messages out. Amen. Amen. All right. So we got the Father of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Some of y'all are dealing with a fire sign who is particularly masculine, or like they can be either a gentleman or just a masculine lady, or they just happen to be really in their masculine energy at this moment that you're dealing with. And you know what? Yeah. Some of you may be feeling like this, or yeah, you may feel like, and you're actually kind of right, that this person is very defensive of their pockets. They're very defensive of their pockets, actually. Yeah. They feel like people are gonna try to take their money. They feel like people are gonna try to take their money. Hi, Leanie. Hi, Pooh. Thanks for coming in here. Thanks for being here. Yeah, they're very, and they seem to be very controlling financially. Like they just, money is really important to them. They feel like either they didn't have it a lot, they didn't have a lot of money when they were growing up. And so now they're like penny pitchers, and they're like, hey, we can't go to McDonald's because we ain't got McDonald's money, right? We can't go to Chick-fil-A, we ain't got Chick-fil-A money. Meanwhile, you actually have Chick-fil-A money, right? So this person seems to be very controlling with the purse, very stingy with the purse. Yeah, there was another thought I had, but apparently that is not necessarily the thing. So we're going to go with this. There's a person very defensive of their coins, their pockets, and that kind of extends to your pockets, or they want to extend it to your pockets. So it's like they cheat. They are very cheap about theirs, so they want to use your money, take your money, and control your purse. This may look like a partner who, you know, you work, you may make a little more money than them, or you just come back and they're like, okay, get your money, you know, deposited into my account, into their account, right? Or you get a check, you give it to them, they take the money, they control what happens, what the finances, and this is kind of what's popping up. There is something to be said about a partner who does control the finances, but that's because it's actually good. That's because they're better with money than the other person, and they're not stingy with it. They're not being abusive financially, right? But this is not that. This is like somebody playing the PlayStation all day, right? But you go to work, you come back home, and they're like, "Oh, cool, you brought my money home," and it's like, "Nah, bruh, nah, I work for this." So yeah. So how do we avoid this, or how do we take action? What do we do about this with this information? What do we do? What do we do? I don't know why that was in my head like that. It was real God. Y'all, I wish I could project the things that go on in my head, because there was a whole a whole gospel choir that said that sang that. Anyway, so what do we do with this information? Okay, set from the top. Okay, Six of Wands and the Daughter of Swords. So in this deck, the daughter is the page, the page of the deck. So the Daughter of Swords pages are those who are youthful. They're just starting on their journey. This is where you're dipping your toe into the pond. You're going into the basics of things, right? So with the swords, this is kind of like communications, right? Like base communications. This is the preliminary. But you got the six of wands, which is about victory, right? Six to me is also a communal number. So whenever I see it, it makes me think that community, resources. Hi friend, thanks for coming in. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for Lady, you done found me. Thank you. Is this better? Is this actually better? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. So yeah, how we avoid this, or what we can do with this information, is one, don't be defeated off bat. Don't think that there is no other alternative, right? So I'm going to speak from the feminine perspective, because hi, I'm a woman. So, and I say that like that because, I don't want no one to think, oh, it don't really differ from men. Hey, look, hey. I mean, this particular piece of advice can actually apply to anyone. But as a woman, we will often hear older women tell us, or our peers, like, always make sure you have your own bank account, right? Have a separate account than your spouse. Why? Because you don't know when you might have to get up out of there. You don't know when you might need an extra money for a hotel. You don't know when you might have an emergency, right? So that you will be okay if anything goes left, if things go left. So it is important that this advice applies to you. Have your own account. And then if you're starting to see those flags, if you're starting to see, okay, your mind, all right, you're noticing things. With the page. And page is communications too. So that means pay attention to how they're talking. Pay attention to their nonverbal communication. Pay attention to their actions, because these are all things that are communicating their thoughts, actions, and what they're willing to do. So pay attention to those things. Pay attention to those things that's going to lead you to victory, right? So you notice, I think that you're getting a little too comfortable with my wallet. That's where you're like, okay, well, let me get my own stuff. Let me start siphoning money out. Let me pull my money to the side, right? Times are getting a little hard. Let me go ahead and move this here, right? Yes. You got the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about starting a foundation, planting the seed, base, having a base foundation for what's going to grow. And this is going to take time. Do not think that this is going to be here and it's going to sprout up like a magical beanstalk in the next 2 weeks. No. Or tomorrow. No. Okay? That's not how it works. But have your own thing. Have your own savings account. Make sure that if you have a Roth IRA or something, I don't know, put money aside, get you a little stock portfolio, have something that's going to benefit you. Okay, this is a point where you want to be selfish. Being selfish in this instance, and by that I mean they should know. They don't need to know about this extra thing. This is a you thing, all right? So we'll go with, what's the outcome of this? So if we follow this advice, what is our outcome? Our outcome is the Two of Cups. Harmony, balance, and honestly, to me, this kind of feels like it's going to be a restoring of yourself. There's going to be a restoring of your energy, a restoring of self-worth in a way, because this is you choosing you. This is you choosing you. This is you allowing yourself to have more, do more, be more. Because let me tell you, you might get a little bit extra up in there. You might have a good amount in there. And then you think, you know what? This is enough for me to actually get my own place. This is enough for me to actually do what I need to do. This is enough for me to open up my own business. This is enough for me to get my own shop. This is enough for me to do whatever it is. Just have your money stacked up. All right. Also in our sweet outcome, we have the Four of Pentacles. I love to see this. We're starting our foundation. We started with planting the seed, laying the first brick. Brick. Oh my God. Brick. Laying the first brick. We got the Five of Pentacles, changes in how we're doing things. This is getting adjusted. One thing that has been sticking out constantly, that's been like a constant thought, piece of advice or whatever that's been coming through is like, everybody loves moving, but they don't like moving, right? Everyone loves traveling, but you don't like traveling. And by that, I mean, we love the end result of moving, right? You love being in a new spot, being in a different place, being in an elevated position, right? Being in an elevated position, but we don't like having to box up our pack up things, box up things, clean out the house. We don't like doing that. We don't like having to throw all this stuff out. It's a lot of labor. Moving and traveling are very labor intensive, right? So likewise with traveling, we love going to a new destination, having a vacation, getting to wake up with the sun. Wake up at 9 o'clock instead of 6, right? We like being able to just lounge wherever, right? You like doing these things. So you like traveling, but you do not like the act of traveling. You don't like having to pack. You don't like having to drive the distance. You don't like having to fly the distance. Why? Because long flights and flights in general are tiring, right? It's like laborious to get there. Getting through the airport, making sure you have everything you need. It is mentally draining to do these things to get there. But you do it so that you can get to your end result. And your end result, right? So you don't like, so this is a bittersweet phase of applying the characteristic that you've been wanting, right? So this is the thing of, I say that I'm going to stand on my boundary. I say I do not allow this. I say that I see the flags. I said last time, when I see red flags, I'm going to believe it the first time. You see the red flags. Are you going to believe them the first time? So you do that, you can get through. The outcome is you getting through this movement, getting into the transition. Yes, it's going to be laborious. That is a thing they want me to emphasize. It's not all rainbows and puppies and sunshine. And I can't lie to you and say, yeah, this is great. You get to move. Because though, yes, this is great. You get to move. But yes, now you got to pack. Now you have to coordinate. Right? So, yeah. And then we have the Emperor. So the ball is in your court. And then the 5 of Wands or sticks. But which more change. So it is a lot of transition happening. And it's going to feel like a whirlwind. It'll feel like a whirlwind, but that's okay. Because when you get settled and when you get to the end of the transition, you're going to be like, oh man, I did it. I jumped. I'm not here anymore. I'm not there anymore. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to, It's like when you're in the new house. Man, I have a new home. It's so nice. I have my office now. I have my balcony. I have my garden room. I got my backyard. I got my pool, whatever have you. Because there's a pride that you accomplished it. You did it. Traveling. You may not like the plane ride. You may not want to drive those 9, 7, 15, 18, 12, 32 hours, okay? But you do, but you're excited when you get to your destination. Because you made it, right? Now you get to check in. Now you get to chill. Now you get to enjoy your vacation because you're there. So, yeah. Alright. I kind of like that. That was a nice little format. That was beautiful. Alright. I don't know why this little, I want a manwich, please. The little old manwich commercial. The jingle. I'll do mine. Some of y'all with your ancestors, go make your ancestors a sloppy Joe. Put a manwich on the altar. To whom it may concern. Alright. What else do we need to know? Ooh. Okay, we got the 2 of Wands. It is important to be balanced in the actions that you are taking. Mother of Wands. Ooh, there's a lot of action. Let's see. All right. So the actions that you're taking and things you're doing is because you're keeping your children, your loved ones, your family, you're keeping them in mind, which good, important, very much, but yeah, that seems to be your motivation for this movement and this change. All right, we got the Son of Pentacles, which in this deck is the Knight, and the Devil card. Now, I'm not gonna oh my God, the devil. Oh no, it's toxic. It's toxic. No, the devil simply it either means fun, right? Because remember, the devil is associated with Capricorn. Capricorn's an earth sign. We are here on this earth to live in this physical realm, which means that we are here to experience things. We're here to have fun. We're here to experience joy, pain, sunshine, and the rain. Okay? Word to Frankie Beverly and Mace. But with that being there, it also can mean attachments, addictions, and habits, shadows, right? So what they kind of want to say here is keep in mind who you do it for, right? Keep in mind who you do it for. And I say that because with the Knight of Pentacles, he is my favorite knight, okay? Let's keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with you. The Pentacles are my favorite suite of the deck. They are. The Knight of Pentacles is my favorite knight because I give him a story, right? The story that I give him is that, like, you know, in the Rider Waite deck, he is still. He's a still knight. He's not moving. Hi. So I'm doing a reading, and I'm explaining the Knight of Pentacles and how I view it. Which, thank you for asking the question. And hello, thank you for joining. But yeah, so I really enjoy. I like him because in my mind, I do not know Spanish. And I am muy poquito. That's all I got. All I got is cebolla. Exactamente, and el baño. That's all I got. And comida, because I'm a foodie. But yes. In the Rider Waite deck, he is shown as a man on the horse, the knight on the horse, and he's not moving, right? He's still. In my mind, I give him the backstory that he's traveling throughout the lands, and he is the one who stops and actually like visits with the villagers. He tends to the crops. He helps them with the crops. He helps them sow, and he helps them sow the seeds, right? He helps them harvest the wheat. He helps them ply the fields. He helps to catch the fish. He helps to clean it. He helps the villagers in any way he can. And then when it's time for him to move on, then he goes on with more food. They laden him with food, cloth, everything he needs, clothes, coin. They make sure that he has everything he needs as he goes on his journey, because he made sure, or they made sure that the people were good. They made sure that there was help, that they did something there, right? This knight is the one that actually has hands in the ground, hands in the dirt. All right, get your hands dirty. So as you're getting your hands dirty and starting this new journey, because you decided that you're going to do something, right? And so as you're starting this new journey, don't get bogged down by how difficult it's gonna seem. You may be like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. My kids, I'm gonna do night school, but I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna watch my kids. Baby, bring them kids to class. Bring them to class, okay? Let me tell you how my mama would take me and my sister, bring me and my sister with her, and we be in the computer class playing the little stuff, okay? Playing the games. Them kids gonna be okay. Go to your class. Go get your certification. Go get your degree. Go get your certificate. Them kids gonna be all right. Bring them babies with you. All right, your mama is saying she'll watch them. Your auntie, your sister, your brother, your cousin, whoever, your best friend, the lady up the street that you know and is actually a nice person. You know you can trust your children with her. Were you? All right. So they're saying you really don't have too much of an excuse. You need to get going. And because you're doing it for more than just you, because remember who you're doing it for, right? Everyone is going to be well off. Everyone is going to come out better. Oh, it's 555. Amen. Big change. 555 is going to be bet. Oh, 555. Oh my God. Everyone is going to come out better for this because you're going on the trail that you're going. You're going down the path that you're going, right? So to the mother that has the babies and is like, I want to make sure I want to do this for me, but also so that my babies can have whatever, right? So your babies can have more comfort. You know, your family is better, in a better position. You're making more money. You are more comfortable. So don't let the thought of I may not have childcare, I may not have this stop you from doing it. There's always a way. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go with outcome. That 2 of Cups. Somebody got a I wanted to say soulmate. What came out was roommate. So maybe you do have a roommate, okay? Maybe you will have a roommate. And actually, you know what? This is kind of the setup for like oil rigs, people that do tend to travel, or even if you're like in a hostel, you're staying in a hostel or something, or one of those programs where they like give you a roommate, right? Communal living. Let's see what's going on with that roommate, because why did that pop up in here? Daughter of Swords, so a young girl or young lady. Owlish. Okay, so young lady that's owlish, which means she's smart. She can't. Well, you ever seen an owl in daylight? I've seen owls in daylight, but she may be more of a night owl, so to speak. So young lady, owlish. So she's very smart. She tends to be up pretty late. This could be a lover or a spouse as well. It's just y'all having to share space. Mother of Swords. Be careful with how you're speaking to them. Be careful of what you're saying to them. Especially when if it's like super early in the morning, or like when they're groggy, you know, be careful what you're saying, because there might be an exchange there where it's like, oof, like y'all might say some things y'all don't really mean, right? I heard the phrase like mother, like daughter, which Mother of Swords, Daughter of Swords. So like mother, like daughter. This is funny how this is kind of evolving. There is an opportunity for a mother and daughter pair to actually grow closer. There is a way to bond. Like it seems like there's this opportunity to bond and mend a wound. Like there is a strained connection, and y'all get the opportunity to actually talk it out and hear each other out and actually heal that bond and heal that connection. I love that. Because remember, y'all are both just human. You're just human. We got Daughter of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. These two together let me know that, yes, you may be like reconnecting and everything, but don't think that just because, and the Star card, healing. So maybe not just because, but a big part of your healing and your connection is you realizing that you are in fact grown, that you are in fact an adult, and that you don't have to stay in a child's place with her now. You don't have to stay in a child's place here. You don't have to be smaller or put yourself in a small packaging for her, right? Or for this idea of her, okay? You have everything. You are more than worthy. You are more than a conqueror, okay? You are more than worthy. You have more than enough in you. And yes, you are an adult, baby. You're an adult. Okay? You handle things. You pay your rent, friend, or your mortgage. Okay? Or you might own your house flat out. Either way, you ain't gotta stay in a child's place. You actually can hold your own. You at the big people's table, baby. You with the adults playing spades. All right? You ain't gotta eat at the kids' table. You can make, you gonna make your plate. You can have the big people food. You ain't gotta have hot dogs and hamburgers just cause your mama there. You ain't gotta do that, girl. You an adult. Go get you some greens, some collard greens, some mashed potatoes, some mac and cheese. You go get adult food because you was an adult. I know that is very specific, but yeah. Anyway, thank y'all for entertaining me and being here. I hope these messages help. I thank y'all so much for being here with me. Yeah, please like it, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Follow us on the social medias, and by us, me, okay? Follow me on social media, all right? Scorpio's Well, it is that on Facebook, and it's that on Instagram, real easy. If you would like a reading, if you like, oh, I love this, I want a personal reading, hey, email Scorpio's Well Roots, all right, at gmail.com. All right, it's in the description. Okay, or message me on Facebook or Instagram. So yeah, y'all have a great one. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Good.